You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek. You're
Are we
great.
gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? Yeah, you're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great. Do you like how I said it as if you had already said it? I was like, no, you're great. But
No,
it was
you're
the first
great.
time.
That's how you should do everything. Just say it like it's the first. Like it's not
Like,
the first time.
It's confidence, you know? You're just like, thank you for saying I'm great, but also you're great. Even though
No,
you didn't
you're
say it.
great. No, you're great.
Welcome to the Hug Life Podcast. I am Mike Slickback Coletta.
And I am Monica Confidence Nevi.
Sure.
It looks very greasy today. I look like a real disgusting 80s villain right now.
I was like, where are you going to go with this?
80s villain? I think I
80s
look like an
villain.
80s villain.
Did they have man buns?
No, they didn't. They just had
You mean
slick back
just
hair,
the front? Yeah, like this. It's very Italian, like mafia
evil
movie style.
evil business executive. You know, like Eric or Don Jr. That's what they have, slick back haircuts.
You do. Yeah, that's true. You look just like Eric Trump right now.
And just like him, I'm hoping my daddy gets all the votes.
All of a sudden, they were like, the actual winner is Frank Coletta Jr.
And everyone's like, whoa. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Because I feel like either of our dads would be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that."
Yeah, my dad would not want to be president. I don't blame him.
No,
It's a
that's-
shitty job, you know.
Yeah, it is like very stressful.
Hey, Monica, what show are you doing this Friday?
Oh, I'm doing this show at this cool brewery. It's a private event, but you can get tickets and register, and then you are allowed to be there at the Four Horsemen Brewing place.
Yeah, it's
In
like
Kent,
a dinner and a
Washington.
show kind of deal. And if you there's no tickets at the door. It's a private event.
Right.
You have to like schedule ahead of time. It's outdoors. It's
And
very
socially
safe.
distant. Yep. But that's
Mona-
how it's all legal because it's private registration. So, but you can use, it's on my website. I don't know if it's on yours, but it's also on social medias. If you want to get, we don't have that many tickets left. So
No, we don't. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. So
yeah.
get your tickets if you want tickets. You know what else you could do is you could rate and review and subscribe to this podcast. I don't know why I'm getting so angry about it, but I feel
Do
it.
it right now.
You can also just tell your friends about the podcast too if you'd like. That's very helpful.
That is super helpful. Or
You
you,
know what
can
else?
follow us
Oh, go
on
ahead. Tell me what else is
Instagram.
helpful.
Sorry. You can follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram.
Oh,
It's
that's a
at
great
Hug Life
one.
Podcast. We also have a Facebook page. We forget to mention every once in a while. But
We do.
if you prefer Facebook to Instagram, which seems weird, but whatever.
We also now have a YouTube channel as well.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So people can listen to the podcast on YouTube. Is that correct?
That's correct.
There you
That
go.
is something
So
they can
for
do.
some reason you prefer that, or maybe it's easier for you to get away with listening to stuff on YouTube at work, then you could use the YouTube.
That's right. You're more than
And
welcome to use the YouTube,
if
which I
you
think that's
just-
kind of why I did it. I was like, you know what people love doing? Having tabs open that they close
Yeah.
and hide. It's that way you can watch. Well, you don't really watch. I mean, you just kind of listen. But the episodes are
Right.
up there.
But it would be the audios on there. So there you go. It's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. Did you know my album's on YouTube too? Didn't even know.
Really?
Yeah. So there's like an audio. What is that? Is that the cat?
That's the cat. She's very
Oh.
loud today.
It just sounded shorter than normal. Normally she's very dramatic and drawn out.
She's having a day today because it's kind of getting to be the season where it's shitty outside, and I
yeah.
take her outside still, but she's upset and she's like, "Why don't you warm it up out here? What are you
Why don't
doing?"
You love me anymore. Why are we out here?
Yeah,
It is cold, to be honest with you. It is cold.
Mm-hmm. You need to get her a little winter jacket to go over her little coat. You know, it'd be pretty cute.
She's got a layer. She's got
Gotta layer up, girl. That's what I
Layering.
keep telling her. She does not
What was I
listen
saying?
to me.
Oh, yes. Follow us on social media at Hug Life Podcast. I'm sure if you search Hug Life Podcast on YouTube, that works.
Yeah, you can get the channel will pop up.
There you go. Perfect. And subscribe to the channel. And then you'll be at work and it'll be like, oh, it's a new episode. I can just listen to it on
Boom.
YouTube.
New
I don't
episode.
know why
Boom.
YouTube seems like the way to sneak things at work, but it does.
Sneaking things at work is always the best plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. You know what else you could do? Go to monicanevi.com or huglifepodcast.com. Click on the Amazon banner. Shop as you normally would. We get a kickback. It feels good for everyone. It's the best way to support the show with something you're already doing anyway.
Yes, that's true. You're probably going to be doing that anyways. Holidays coming up. Get your holiday gifts.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Online.
The sirens going on.
Yep, that's how much they love Amazon.
That's all the police headed to Amazon right now.
But if maybe you're not going to buy anything recently in recent times, you could go to patreon.com/huglifepodcast, and that's just $1 a month. You get extra episodes. We just put a new one up. And it's worth it. Yep.
Talking some shit about people.
Oh, yeah. Definitely on that one. Just a quick, I don't know. I think I mentioned it. Maybe I mentioned it last week or on the Patreon. But if you have purchased my album, mostly Finger Guns, or downloaded it, whatever you do, and you've written a review, or if you want to do that now, just send me a screenshot and I have some Mostly Finger Guns t-shirts that I would give you for free.
Yeah, get that free t-shirt.
So just write a little review, 5 stars. Here you go. Loved it. She's hilarious. Or you could say something that has nothing to do. I don't even care. And then just show me proof. You got it.
That's right. Last plug. Our favorite artist in the entire world, Danny Dodge, at Studio Dodge on Instagram or studiododge.com. Go buy her stuff.
Yes. Hell yeah.
How's that? That was pretty good, right?
That was great. I think we did pretty good on the plugs.
I have a lexical embrace.
It's perfect.
And it's not food related.
Well, mine is. So.
Oh, well, damn. We're switching it up this week. Okay.
Yeah.
My lexical embrace is creating and completing a checklist.
Ooh, I love this one. Honestly, I am a big fan of lists.
I started doing it for work during the day because working from home, it's like hard to keep track of everything sometimes. And I make the list at the beginning of the day. Yeah, like just like that. Mine's on a little sticky note.
Look at us in our lists.
Yeah. So, but then I just like go, okay, this is everyone I need to email. And then when you're done, you just like feel like, because
there's something about building it up in your head, and being like, oh, I have so much to do, or this is going to take, and it just, things don't take as long as you build them up to in your head, or aren't as scary, especially emailing. I get scared to email people. I don't know why. I can't, this is how bad it's got. Like, I hate calling people on the phone. I'm nervous to email people.
Right.
But then you it really takes, especially if it's like, if you're doing avails or something, it's like kind of copy and paste for some of it. And so you're like, I just made a big, and then it's easy to just start scratching them off. Once you email one, you're like, oh, I can do this one. It's great. I think that's a great lexical embrace.
Yeah, do a checklist. It really changes your life. Also, you can do it about fun things as well, and it makes it, because then it's fun and you're having you're completing something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of kind of almost like a vision checklist. Is that a thing?
Yeah,
it's like a
bucket
list
to me now. It is now. You said it. It's real.
Yeah, it's like a vision list.
The old vision list.
What you want to do, or what, I don't know. There's some hippy dippy shit that's like write down what you want and you're putting it into the universe. It's that kind of thing. But you could just write your hypothetical or your goal checklist.
That's funny because I have notebooks in my house that are just full with the word chicken wings in them. Just
all over.
That's all I want. Written like I'm a villain in Seven. Just chicken wings.
Oh, that's funny because I was imagining like a middle school girl changing her last name to whoever you're like Michael Coletta Wings.
Mike Burrow.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just written like that, like with hearts all over your notebooks. It says chicken wings.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. This is a very Delilah-centric episode. I'm into it. Sorry,
she's loud. Well, I would like to... I would like to lexically embrace cheese. Now, I may have possibly done this before, but the reason I brought it up...
It's worth a double.
Yeah, of course. In the move... you just kind of bring the food that you're going to keep, that you're actually going to use, or you throw a lot of it away so that you don't have to move it. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have any cheese for like a whole week. And it was like
The
I
worst?
I was like thinking about it.
Welcome to my world, Monica. And me thinking about food types of all time. Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, I just want cheese. Like I kept saying it. I was like, I just want cheese. God.
I dream about you all the time. Cheese.
And then of course we went to Target for, I bought a desk, which is nice. But in that trip, we got like 5 different kinds of cheese just because I was like, we don't have any.
Oh, yeah. You got to get all sorts. Like cheese is one of those things that's why I think cheese might be why I can never be vegan. Honestly,
I do think that's a really tough part of it. Yeah, for sure.
Because like cheese, they have vegan cheese, and some of it's good, but it's not the same.
It's just not the same. Yeah. Well, and I've gotten kind of into some of the fancier cheeses. We go to some of these like not co-op kind of, but like a small market.
Like a market,
store.
like a farmer's market.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Or?
Yeah, and then they have all of the fancy, nice cheeses, and they're like, nice to the animals or whatever too. Tastes better.
They pet the
when
cow
they're nice to the
while they get the milk out.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's one of those where they don't make them bleed all the time. That's what
They make cows bleed?
Have you never heard that about milking cows? Like they do it so much that it's like pus and blood gets in there. That's why it's so pasteurized, is because...
Oh, I thought that was like a thing about milk. Like when you milk a cow, there's always blood. It's just a thing about the milk.
I think it's. I've heard that it's because they
I'm not a cow doctor by any means.
That they force them to produce more milk than they're supposed to, and milk them more than they're supposed to, and then it causes them
that makes a lot of sense.
Be in pain and bleed. That's just the vegan propaganda I've heard, though.
I always thought the weird one about. Okay, let's get into this. The weird one to me about veganism is honey. Like bees are just making that shit anyway,
right?
And like it's fine. Or like chicken eggs. Chickens are gonna lay chicken eggs anyway, like no matter what.
Yeah,
they're just gonna sit there.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how this works though. Like I want someone to tell me why I'm wrong. That's what I want.
No, I'm sure we're incorrect, but
I'm sure we're incorrect could be the subtitle of this podcast.
I'm sure we're wrong.
In fact, that's going to be the title of this podcast. I'm sure we're incorrect.
But yeah, like I like if my neighbors had chickens, I would absolutely like have them give me eggs or whatever. I'm on Nextdoor, very active on the Nextdoor app in the past week, and there's a group that is Tacoma people with chickens. That's what it's called.
Have you gotten into Buy Nothing yet? Because that's the dopest.
They won't let me into the group yet.
Oh my god, it takes a
while.
I've
done my little application or whatever.
I told Katie how I'm like really just want a smoker, so just keep an eye out on that Buy Nothing group for a smoker. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I really want one, and I got my grill for free, and it's great. And I'm like, now I got to get a free smoker because I refuse to pay money.
Yeah. Well, and that's like we kind of wanted to see for a desk, but it was like $80, so it wasn't bad. But I don't have anything to offer.
Yeah, but you will eventually. That's the thing about like having a house; you just collect shit.
That is true.
And you can also like the crazy thing about the Buy Nothing groups is they take like what you think is trash, like old wood from like a garden bed or like chicken wire, like things you would just throw away. They will have people that will take.
They're like, no, I'll
100%.
take it. Well, so a lot of the boxes from when we lived in LA were still in my parents' garage, and so they brought them down.
Oh, nice.
Which was just throwing away a lot of random shit from LA, but
I still need to do that too. There's a lot of random shit I have too.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. She was like, "We have a house now, and you have somewhere to put it." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
Thanks, Pam. Do you guys have a garage?
No.
But you have that nice back parking area though in the alley, which is cool.
Yes, that's what I mean. There's plenty of parking. That's not the issue, but the storage. We have like a ton of fucking cabinets, but none of them are big enough to be like, oh, we'll just hide our Christmas decorations in here.
Yeah,
so there's
that's
not
always
a ton of like storage space, but the child is also pretty small, so there's extra room in his closet, which is kind of where we're just putting like the decorations and stuff.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah! So cheese, it's the best.
Yes, sorry, cheese. I love cheese. I was thinking about. I made a brie mac and cheese a couple years ago. It was like 6 years ago, but it was so good. And then I was very active with the marijuana at that time, and I encourage everyone to, if you can smoke weed without getting too anxious or fat, go for it. But so I made a batch for my family for like Thanksgiving, and then I made a separate batch for me with weed butter, and it was brie mac and cheese that was very strong. And I ate a lot of it. It's confusing because you eat one and then you're like, well, now I got to eat the other. You just go back and forth.
Oh yeah, Katie got it figured out where the key mix is Gouda because it's creamy, and then cheddar. That's the cheese combo that we've discovered.
There was 5 cheeses in that brie one. Brie is a pretty distinct taste that I like, and so I like you put a bit more of that. But there was like cheddar and other like cheeses that were all. It was good. This recipe that I used. So
nice.
Yeah.
Did you make a bechamel? That's the key.
No, I did not.
Ooh.
Maybe.
So you get that cheesy sauce.
I have been watching a new cooking show, food show though.
Food, dude. We call it. I look at Katie and I go, "Do you want to watch people eat while we eat?" That's the code for watching the Food Network.
Well, I kind of like the intense ones now because Aaron likes, like the Top Chef and Master Chef and ones that are like
Chopped.
legit, like long, like it's
like an hour,
it's like Survivor,
like a series. They go for on
like they go for like, and then it's like one champion. Like those are fun, and I like Chopped because those are like serious chefs too. But
do you watch Great British Baking Show?
Oh no, I don't like baking. I've watched a little bit of it. It's just not as fun for me as cooking. I love Iron Chef, of course, but that's because they literally are very good. Anyways, this one is still, it's new, and I like the host. You don't like her. We've been over this, but they have a lot of judges that we've seen on like other shows and that I like. So that's fun, but it's called Supermarket Stakeout.
Oh, with Alex Guarnaschelli?
Yeah, and it's,
I actually like her.
Okay, I love her, but when I brought her up before, you were like, well, she tried stand-up, and I was like, all right.
Oh my God, she just meowed directly into the mic. God damn it.
She got on the table.
Delilah just wanted to show her love for Alex Guarnaschelli. I've grown to like her more. I was upset that she did stand up before because I was like, hey, stay in your lane, Alex. She's trying to, okay, hold on, everyone. I'm sorry. She's trying to calculate like jumping on my open closet door, which is like 6 feet high, and she's going to kill her little kitty self. I'll be right back. You keep talking about Alex Guarnaschelli.
Okay. Well, I'll explain the show. I like Alex Guarnaschelli a lot, maybe because she's the only female Iron Chef, but what they do, and of course these are other like good chefs too, they're all like executive chefs and own their own restaurants and stuff, the people who are competing, but what they have to do is they're in a parking lot of a grocery store, and they give them $500, and they have to buy people's groceries as they leave the store and like give them more money than they paid kind of thing, and just hope. So the first round you have to just like, you can't look in the bags at all, you just buy them from people and then hope that it's like whatever the theme is. The second round you can look in the bags, but you can only buy from one person. The first round you could buy from more than one person, but you can't look at them. And then the last round you can only buy 5 items, so you have to go through people's stuff and buy
only
5
items? Ingredients.
Yeah. And it's actually like, it's pretty impressive and kind of I don't know, that's what I like about Chopped and stuff, where it's like, here's just some shit, like you figure it out kind of thing. And they only have 45 minutes each round to do it, so oh my God.
The cat is really going to town on my face right now with her tail.
Yep. But I think I'm most excited because it's like new episodes. I feel like all our favorite shows, competition shows of any sort or whatever, are having trouble making new episodes,
So you know what I like about this show, and what I saw that intrigued me is I actually wanted to watch it because I think it's a cool idea.
I like it.
But they do this with the Guy's Grocery Games, Triple G. They do it like where Guy competes from home and makes things, and I saw that she's doing it now where she tries to do like she gets ingredients from previous shows that some chefs had, and she tries to make her own thing.
That's a good idea.
I really like her now, actually.
Yeah,
I just was stay in your lane. But other than that, I'm like fine with it.
Sometimes on her Instagram, she'll just be like, here, this is how you make a steak. Like she'll just go through stuff, and I'm like, oh, and because she's going to marry another Iron Chef guy. I don't know if he's an Iron Chef, but he's like celebrity chef, like celebrity chef type of person too, and so they'll like do videos of just like, this is how you make a good steak, and I'm like, oh, you guys are great, thank you, like I
want to watch those. Yeah,
well, and she has a cookbook, but
Sorry. This. Oh my God.
This is what I like about her hosting. She's not mean, first of all, because sometimes people are just like kind of rude as they go around. And I understand some of the shows are more intense. Obviously, this is just like in a parking lot and like it's kind of, more fun, like lighthearted. But she also just kind of like gives them hints, which I kind of like. Because she's like, oh, you're going to use that and not, why didn't you do this? And then she's like, okay, I'm going to leave, And so basically it's like, you should fucking listen to her.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of, she's pretty quick too. It's not all about her too. They like, a lot of it is them talking to people and trying to get them to give them their groceries because it's so funny.
Give me your groceries.
Well, this one woman, this was so funny. She had her 2 sons with her and she was like, they're like, I'll give you this much more. It's only like $10 more than she said. And she was like, no, we have to go cook, and she's like, I'll give you this much more. And the kids were like, do it. You got to like help her win. And she's like, what? And she's like, I'll give you $200. And she's like, I have to go back in and buy it all, like just was so irritated, but she still did it. I was like, but it's true. Well, and you could see, because there's just like people in outfits in aprons waiting for you outside the grocery store. And you're like, what is it? Like so many people are like, nope, I don't want any. No. Like just think it's like a clipboard person or something, don't realize they're on a Food Network show.
Now I think we need to find where they film it and go to the grocery store when they're filming.
They've done like different places, like they kind of traveled around. They were mostly in LA area, but they kind of traveled around to different grocery stores, obviously. And then they did have people from different, chefs from New York and like Atlanta and New Orleans and stuff. So
Nolans?
Yeah. Anyways, that's my other lexical embrace, I guess, is Supermarket Stakeout.
Supermarket Stakeout. I love these Food Network shows that they get weird. I like Guy's Grocery Games a lot. Do you watch that one? They also have to like run around a grocery store by them and buy items like with money that he gives them. And they have to, like, sometimes they can only shop in like a certain aisle, or they have to pick, or they have to make a certain dish. It's kind of fun.
That is fun. Well, yeah. And it is like cooking. If you had access to everything you ever wanted is a lot easier than being like, you don't have a lot of money, or this is you have to figure out how to use this ingredient, whatever. I like that stuff.
And the Guy's Grocery Games now, it's either a guy cooks with the ingredients and does the challenges, or he has like 3 of the judges competing against each other, and they have to describe their dish well enough because no one can taste it, obviously, because they're different places. So they have to describe it and eat their dish and describe what they're tasting, and that's what they are judged upon.
Oh my gosh. But then they're describing their own, like, as they're eating it themselves.
Yeah, at one point, this chef from New Jersey was like talking, and he made a chicken dish, and he's like, I have a special person here to help me present this dish, and he had a live chicken that he just had chickens, and he brought it into his kitchen and was holding it while he was presenting the chicken dish.
That's scary. Oh man. Okay.
I had a disaster today. Can I tell you about it? Do you know what laundry stripping is?
Laundry stripping?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
It sounds like
an
dirty,
but it's
channel.
not.
Yeah, but no, I have not heard of.
What it is you like fill your bathtub up with like borax, detergent, and then another like laundry type of like soda. I think is laundry soda is what it's called. And you soak your like sheets and pillows and stuff in it, and the water, it just like pulls all the grossness out of your clothes. And I was doing that with my pillows and stuff today, and I didn't know how much water they retained. And I put it all in the laundry basket, and its own weight started like squeezing itself. And so there is water all over my living room for me, like panic walking with a laundry basket full of like wet stuff out of the laundry room. I was almost late to the podcast because I've been cleaning my living room.
Oh God, that's.
But it's very satisfying. I wanted to let people know about it. You should try it. It's
a
very old technique.
Did it pull a lot of gross stuff out of your clothes?
Yeah, out of your clothes, your towels, your sheets. I did it on my sheets because my sheets are gross and my pillows are gross, and it actually cleaned them out a lot.
Yeah, that might be. I kind of like that.
You got a bathtub, you can do it, or a bucket. I guess you could use like a 5-gallon bucket.
I have a nice bathtub. It's deeper.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we've been just talking about food mostly, but do you have
a top 5 today?
Well, yeah, of course. But do you have the good news segment? We haven't even done that.
We haven't even done that. Holy shit! Yeah, let's do that.
Right. Hey guys, good news.
Hey, welcome to the good news segment. It's me, Mike Coletta, with my co-host Monica Nevi. Say hi to everyone, Monica.
Hey.
So great. Okay. This is called Financial Hurdle Gone. Alberta, first province in Canada to eliminate fees for addiction recovery programs.
Nice. Wow.
So I think this is something that should be everywhere. Like
Wow.
if you go into like an addiction recovery program, it should not cost you anything. So it talks about a guy who was 28 years sober, but he like had like when he did his 45-day addiction recovery program, it was like super expensive and he relapsed and he had to go back. And now he doesn't have to pay anything because of a bill passed there. So the 72 licensed, publicly funded treatment centers that are in Alberta are all free to anyone.
That's incredible. Like seriously, huge. I mean, whatever. We talk about our drug war on drugs here or whatever. Like those are the things that need to happen. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
I thought that was a really good story.
That's huge. I think that's wonderful.
All right. The next one's pretty great, too. You ready?
Yes.
This is all about justice today. So the theme is
Nice.
Red State is capping interest rates on payday loans. Quote, this transcends political ideology. So we all know what payday loans are, like Money Tree
Right.
and check into cash.
you
Well,
have
they're
to, like-
huge ripoffs, if I know
Right.
you weren't aware. Like, I think
get
it said
to pay
on
back,
average,
like-
payday lenders charge 400% interest on small dollar loans nationally.
Right. Yeah. It's insane.
So in Nebraska, of all places, they passed Initiative 428, which caps the annual interest charged on delayed deposit services, so check loans, or payday lending loans, at 36%. So I always tell people they're like these are scams. Never use these places at all. And so it's amazing that they're legal. Honestly,
I had a teacher tell me that, like tell us that. I had like an independent living class or something, and they were like, "Don't. This is how they do this. Don't do it."
Yeah, it's really messed up. Like it's super, super messed up. I had a friend's, my best friend's dad, like his whole, our whole childhood would say this all the time. Like never, ever use a payday lender. It's like, it is a huge ripoff and it's practically criminal what they do. And it's just, but this state, Nebraska of all places, the 17th state in the country, implemented a cap on payday loans. I think they should just be illegal, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really.
But I just thought this was really good. This is a justice themed.
Yes,
Good
those are
news.
great. Look at us moving forward. Us Canadians, same thing.
We did it. That's it, though. That's the whole segment. That was really it.
Okay, nice. Hey guys, that was good news. Okay, we got a positive spin this whole. I think it's so funny that you're like, should we just do the quiz?
I did the top five, not the
I
quiz.
know, but you were like, let's just skip 3 parts of this.
Well, we were taking a long time. I didn't know how much time we
We
had.
were, yes, we got a little excited about food and laundry. I don't know, whatever.
Food and laundry.
Food and laundry. No Jim in this one.
Gym, food,
so-
laundry.
With the J.
Just a dude named Jim.
Just a dude named Jim. Jim, food, laundry. Like it sound like you're introducing them, like Jim, food, laundry.
Jim, this is food and laundry. My two compatriots.
Okay, sorry. We need positive spin nicknames, stage nicknames.
Oh, that's right. So we were going to talk about this today.
When I
because-
texted you and you didn't respond to me, and I was like, well, hopefully he's just okay with this. But
Oh, you texted me? I just forgot. I've been kind of in a small work bubble all day today. I really haven't gone minus getting covered
you heard
in
the
water
whole
from
laundry
laundry.
story. Yeah, I was going to say that would take up some time. Anyways, so you had this idea because we've heard some poor maybe stage nicknames, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
these
really
are recent
name,
stage
right?
nicknames too. Like
Okay.
local comedians in the Seattle scene that have used terrible stage nicknames.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like other performers.
Well, the
'cause
famous comedian that is the YouTube clip is Hamburger.
Oh, right, yeah.
The hamburger guy.
Yeah.
That guy's the best.
That guy's the best. Well, there's a lot of comics that are like the bulldog and like weird, like
Yeah, that's what's his face, Bobby Slayton.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because if it works for you, it's great. Like Fluffy, the Gabriel
Oh, right,
Iglesias
yeah,
guy, like
Fluffy,
it's
that's-
blown up and it works. Larry the Cable
Oh,
Guy is a
right.
nickname.
I don't know why I couldn't remember who we were talking about, but I was the one who brought it up. Never mind. Yeah, but we just know some other people who have maybe tried to go in that same lane of like, oh, I'm gonna have a nickname and everyone's gonna like it's gonna help or something, and it just turns out really
it's really dumb.
weird.
It just turns out it's really dumb.
Or yeah, I don't really. And then how do you nickname yourself, right? Like a nickname should be given to, it's bestowed upon you. You can't be like Bobby Slayton is the bulldog because of his personality, like his demeanor is very like, "Arr," right? So you can't just be like, now I don't know. I was going to say, now I'm Huggy Bear, you know, like that's not.
It doesn't really work very well. No. Old Mike Care Bear Stare Coletta. Welcome to the stage.
Oh, chicken wing. And then you have to start telling people to call you up on stage like that.
Yeah.
Can you say I'm a Mike Chicken Wing Coletta, please?
I need you to call me Whoopee Cushion or it doesn't work.
I need you to call me Whoopee Cushion. It's so, and then like, I don't know. I've never known anyone who changed it early in their career. For some reason, I've only known people who were like 20 years in that are like, well, now I'm going to add a nickname. You're like, that's not how it works.
This nickname thing is also one of the phases I feel like people go through in comedy. Like everyone has a phase where they start working the road and think they immediately have to sell merch.
Yeah.
Like no matter what. That's a phase.
True. Well, then,
I think the nickname phase is another thing that people go through.
well, and you're right. There's so few comics where that has worked because you're like merch is never going to be like your name.
No.
You know, like that's just not going to work. Just saying like, I heart Monica Nevi, and everyone's like, who the fuck is that? Like Larry the Cable Guy is one that I think worked for, you know what I mean? Like that. He's the cable guy. It's you could wear a shirt that said Larry the Cable Guy and people would be like, okay, I know who that is, you know? But that's like exponentially different than people were talking about.
Yes, sure. I mean, from what I understand, Gabriel Iglesias had that joke about him not being fat. He's fluffy.
Yeah.
And then that made that nickname happen.
Yeah.
Like, you can't give yourself a nickname. You have to like earn a nickname. And
Right.
the worst part is some people try to give themselves nicknames based off jokes that no one gives a fuck about. And I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe how bad
Well,
that
and again,
is.
it's only going to be... You can't like pick it yourself, you know? You just can't.
You know how upset I would be if people called me Mike Spider Shower Coletta? I'd be
Right.
very upset.
Spider Guy. Or, I mean, I've only ever been called... because of a joke, I've been called Cancer Girl twice. So that's not a great one. I mean, at least they remembered that bit, but still.
Cancer Girl.
It's not a good nickname at all.
No, it's a really terrible nickname.
Yeah. Anyways.
Give it up for Cancer Girl.
You can't really pick, you know. I had joked that my nickname was the girl in comedy, you know, like on a lineup I'd be like the girl because I was
That's a
one.
good one.
Yeah. But I mean, okay. So if it goes well or if it's connected to a good enough joke, then
it's fine.
Then it can be helpful marketing wise, I guess. But
if it's given to you,
or I guess
that's
maybe
fine.
if you like clean comedy and you like nice comedy and you saw someone called the Bulldog, you probably weren't going to go see them, you know. But if you saw Fluffy, you'd be like, oh, that sounds nice.
You'd be like, there's no Christian comedian going by that name.
The Christian Bulldog.
Mike God Squad Coletta.
That's good.
Where are my God Squatters at?
The Pitbull Priest. I don't know.
The pit bull. The really sticking with the pit bull or bulldog theme here.
Yeah, it
the
seems,
dog
yeah.
theme.
Rottweiler.
The Golden Lab of Christ.
There you go. Oh God. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess it would be good for marketing. It would be good. I mean, people would have something to make fun of you for, I feel like.
Yeah, you know, it'd be good to roast you.
I guarantee, even if this made me think of French accent. Even if,
that guy doesn't deserve his name at all.
I know. I mean, he does do a French accent. God, What was I going to say? Oh, even if you did become successful with it, right? So we'll say Larry the Cable Guy. I'm sure when he first started, or if he did start under that name, or whenever he changed it, people were like, the fucking cable, you're going to call yourself the Cable Guy? Look at this guy. He's an idiot. Like it's never going to.
He's a particularly special case because he was a radio character.
Yeah.
So he never even had that weird phase. It was like he was Larry the Cable Guy on the radio, and then he did a live show where it was like, you can come see Larry the Cable Guy. And it's like, oh, so that's actually the best transition I've ever seen of it. You know what I mean?
Well, if you already liked him, but I'm saying other stand-up comics would be
if you're already a fan of Dan Whitney.
Oh, the fucking Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah. His name is Dan
But you're
Whitney.
going by, if I remember, you're Monica the AV Club girl, right? That's what you're going by?
The AV Club girl. No.
Yeah, is that right?
I'm Monica from Friends, Nevy. That's what
I am Mike, the IT guy.
That's.
Did you hear that Monica's going by Mobile Hotspot now? You can't say that.
I have always called myself a mobile hotspot. Because then it puts you in kind of a corner. I feel like maybe that would be helpful if you wanted to draw a certain, like if you wanted to draw like a gamer crowd or something, you'd be like Mike the gamer.
Mike Gamergate Coletta.
Gamergate.
It's terrible. It's not good. You know what Gamergate is, right?
Mike streaming in real life Coletta.
You know what Gamergate is?
No, what is it?
It's all the guys it's like pretty much the way that terrible, horrible men try to keep women out of video games. Like,
oh, do they do that? Do they not want
that's a
women?
really big problem in like gaming and tech about like women being really mistreated.
I've seen I know STEM in general, so it would be like tech, the industry of creating games, I would assume is like that. But then there's like, yeah, of course, very feminist of me to be like, but there's females who stream video games. I just have seen some, but I didn't know it was like.
Yeah, it started with this lady who was working for, she had a pretty big job at a company. I forget what gaming company it was. And then, she either quit or, it was during Me Too times, said, she was harassed by someone. And then essentially it was a bunch of dudes being like, she slept her way to the top. Like a bunch of bullshit like that.
Oh, like every other fucking
Yeah,
industry.
it's a bunch of horrible
That's
people,
stupid.
essentially.
Oh, that's dumb. Well, if you're a lady gamer, more power to you.
That's right. We support you.
You could be.
Also, make a checklist. It's always helpful. We're just telling everyone to make checklists.
Make your vision checklist of
make a vision checklist and watch Supermarket
career
Stakeout.
to be. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So could be helpful. It could help you draw a certain crowd, right? I think that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just gave myself the worst feeling. I was gonna say if you wanted fitness people to come and see you, right? And then you were like, I don't know, you were like Mike string tank top Coletta or something. But then I was imagining what that audience would be like, and I was like, oh no.
I thought you were picturing me in a string tank top.
No, I was just thinking and then just buff dudes talking about protein shakes.
Here comes Mike Goth Coletta, just me in a fishnet everything, a fishnet an 80s fishnet comedy suit with the sleeves rolled up.
The leather stuff, yeah. Oh man. Okay, all right. I do have a top 5.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I just picked a list that I could find, and this one was I kind of chopped it up a little bit and used a couple of them, but these are the top 5 worst nicknames in sports, and I would like you to say why this should be your stage nickname.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so this one is the nickname for Lester Hayes, who was a good defensive player for the Raiders. Lester the Molester was his name. And why would you like to be Mike the Molester Coletta?
It would have to be a character piece.
Yeah,
About this would be like me, my one-man show comedy phase, and I have to tell my story of being abused. It would have to. That's
I see.
the
So
only
then that
way
would
I
be
could
the
pull
character.
that nickname.
Would be Lester the Molester.
Which I couldn't because I don't have that story. But that's the only way. Or
but that's the character.
This is how Louis C.K. comes back. He calls
He
himself.
just leans into it. He's now Lester the molester.
He's now Louis the jerker. CK, and he just
God.
owns it. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Oh God. Okay. Number 2, Shaun White is known as the Flying Tomato. So if you're
Flying Tomato
The
would be
Flying
great
Tomato.
because that would be like kind of a vaudeville thing with comedy.
I was
like they
gonna
throw
say
tomatoes
that-
at you.
Yeah, that does remind me of comedy already.
I would be like Gallagher.
that would be a good. Oh yeah.
I would like, you want to see me smash a
Would you
pumpkin or whatever.
throw? Yeah. That's kind of a good name for a comedy club for some reason. The Flying Tomato.
Flying Tomato.
Yeah.
I think comedy clubs should go with like weirder names
Yeah.
than like the Chuckle Hut or whatever.
Right. They are all just called laughs, but spelled differently.
Yeah, it's true.
This is what you're supposed to do here. Okay, number 3. I was reading why this was his nickname, and I can't quite remember. But bad porn. It's
Bad
an NBA
porn?
player named Corey Maggette, and his nickname is Bad Porn. And this is what it was. Is because this is what it was, because there was a lot of penetration and scoring. He's an NBA player. There's a lot of penetration and scoring, but still the people watching it are unhappy. So that was why they called him Bad Porn.
If I was Bad Porn as a nickname,
Mike Bad Porn.
I would have to do a really terrible Magic Mike style show where I like strip tease, but poorly, and I'd have to floss poorly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be like Mike Bad Porn Coletta presents
Bad Porn Coletta presents Bad Porn. Literally,
Bad
where you're just
Porn
like-
Comedy Show.
You just keep apologizing and stuff like
Like,
that.
I'm so sorry, and I'm taking my shirt off.
You can look away if you want to.
That show and the Molester show are both linked together. It's like a phase. It's like an
That's
arc.
the one
a story
part of the
arc.
one man show. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. Doug Martin is known as the Muscle Hamster. He is a small football player, very muscular, but he's called the Muscle Hamster. Mike, the Muscle Hamster is pretty good.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, like the Muscle Hamster. I'd have to like really get ripped, and it would be like one of those UFC comics that you see on Joe Rogan all the time. It'd be like
Oh,
that.
there you go. Yeah. People like that for some reason. So
I'd run on a wheel. I'd have this big ending closing bit where I'd be a hamster running on a wheel.
you'd be drinking like beer out of one of those little water bottle things.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would be a prop comedy to the max.
I feel like you can really expand your act with these.
Yeah, these are not bad suggestions except for the molester.
I can still forget. Well, this one, okay. And mind you, this is part of the. This sounds like I'm going to say the N word. I'm not. It's close though. This is part of the nickname, so don't. Whatever. Jameer Nelson. Dwight Howard called him Crib Midget, which I think is because he didn't grow until he was a lot older. So he called him a crib midget, like he was born a short person.
So why would I want
So why
Crib
would you
Midget to be my nickname?
Crib midget.
That does sound like you're saying something terrible, even though you're not.
I
Although
know.
midget's not okay. You're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Was that was part of the nickname? It wasn't a word I would choose.
I feel like you'd call yourself Crib Midget in comedy if you were trying to be super edgy, but you were
Yeah.
just really bad.
Well, and I was gonna say like that one of all of these nicknames, I think would draw people.
Oh yeah,
they'd
you
be like, what
sound
does
like
that
it's like the
mean?
guy who goes by Chinaman that tours the Midwest. He's real. He's a real person.
Yeah. Oh, what are some of those? There's a lot of like Southern and Midwest comics that have names, and I can't even think of some of them right now. But there's a lot of like, there's a couple of ladies in the South that do like really well. And they have like, they're like Mama Sue or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta go by Monasu. That's what you could do.
There you go. I'm just going to change my name to like Kristen Bell or something. How about that? And then that'll be my
That gets
nickname.
more
Monica
gigs.
Kristen Bell Nevy.
That Kristen Bell? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. Monica
No.
Stormy Daniels
Gosh,
Nevy.
Crib Midget sounds like an insult.
It really does. It sounds very offensive, but
That might be one of the hardest ones. The molester, I don't know how you even turn that. That's so hard.
yeah, I mean, I think you would have to be some sort of character.
You
but even
would.
then, if
and it would
you-
be like in the 80s when it was okay to be like wearing a
I was
trench
gonna
coat and
say,
go on stage and be like, hey.
Yeah, exactly. Where are your kids? Yeah.
Where are your kids?
Sorry.
You can't just say that.
I mean, that's what I think of him. Like, I don't know. Anyways.
Love, that's what your go-to is. I just picture you now in a trench coat and you draw a mustache on yourself, Monica, and you have a like, where's your kids? My new character. Monica's
like,
character
no.
work's really gotten out there.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Because even if you do, like, that's one of those things where, like, you can listen to a guy's material sometimes and go, he would probably be creepy or he would probably be inappropriate. So anybody who thought of the character of the molester would probably still be pretty creepy, you know, like,
Oh, they're probably a molester is what it is. Yeah. Like,
there is a hiding in plain sight thing to people like that, right? Like R. Kelly called himself the Pied Piper of R&B, and the Pied Piper is someone who plays a song that draws children to them.
creepy.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those where you're like, oh fuck, he was telling us the whole time.
The whole time we knew. We should have known. Do you want to take the quiz?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this quiz is design. You're hosting a fancy dinner party.
Ooh,
okay.
yeah.
And then based on what you plan at the dinner party, it'll tell you what Disney villain you're secretly most like.
Nice. Okay.
So what
let's
time
do
are
it.
your guests arriving? 4,
For a
5, 6,
fancy-
7, 8, or 9 p.m. You gotta choose
geez.
between those times.
I'm gonna say arriving. I'm gonna say arriving at 6, eating at 7.
Okay, so which one are you picking?
Arriving at 6.
All right,
the
I'm gonna
question
say
was
arrive
arrive,
at
right?
7. It's gonna be a little bit
Okay.
later.
Yeah, I mean that's good for you.
What will the table look like?
Oh.
And so the first one is a very formal table setting with like a folded red napkin.
It's got red napkins. Yeah, it's kind of the color scheme on these. I feel like they're all pretty fancy, but then it's like this one's gold. There's like a silver with some foliage, something black themed, but it's got like white flowers. The last one is it's just a plate and
Just
two.
plain black, yeah.
And then this is kind of a white and champagne color fanciness here.
Which one are you picking?
I'm going to pick the red one because although it does look a little bit like Handmaid's Tale, it made me think of Christmas.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the one in like the center right that has the little glass house.
Yeah, there's kind of an outdoorsy
It's rustic.
theme. Yeah,
I like it.
ooh, rustic, nice.
What drinks are you serving? Soda, wine, champagne, mocktails, sparkling waters, or cocktails?
Yeah, why are there so many? Okay,
I'm gonna
fancy.
say wine also includes beer. It's beer and wine.
Okay, that does see. I'm gonna go cocktails because I feel like if you're going for a dinner party, you're like, we have a special cocktail or two, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm a child and I want to go soda. Is what I'm trying to tell everyone. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. It's
Do
my
it.
dinner party.
Why
I'm
not?
going
Yeah.
soda. Everyone's drinking root beer like we're a Mormon party. What appetizer are you serving?
Yeah,
Bruschetta,
root beer.
cranberry and rosemary puffs, caviar, smoked salmon, stuffed mushrooms, or oysters.
Wow, wow.
Can't decide, can you? You like all these things.
I mean, I do like some of them, but some of them are just very fancy.
I want to
like
go with bruschetta.
3 of them. Okay,
That's
you go
the
with
one
that
I
one.
want.
I'm gonna go with smoked salmon. I love
You
a
love
good-
smoked
I
salmon.
love smoked salmon. Yeah.
What soup are you serving? There's carrot and pumpkin, Italian wedding soup, creamy mushroom soup, tomato basil soup, French onion soup, or pea soup.
Wow. I mean, I'm gonna go with tomato basil just because I feel like more people would like it.
I'm going French onion. Let's get fancy. Put a little bread on that soup. What salad are you serving? Caprese, pear, crab, cucumber, beet and feta, or Caesar?
These are good looking salads.
They are. Are you about to, yeah, look at this. What salad do you want?
I'm actually gonna go for the cucumber salad.
Oh, that's a good choice. I think I'm going to go
you.
with Caesar because I insist on a classic.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong there, you know.
Main course, pasta carbonara, grilled rack of lamb, roasted chicken, vegetable lasagna, seared scallops, or a mushroom risotto.
This is tough. Because now I'm thinking of like what I would like the most. But now if we're planning a party where, you know, you want to have the most people have a good time. You know what? I'm going to think of myself here. I'm
What
going
are
to
you
go
gonna
with
do?
the seared scallops.
All right, I'm thinking to myself too. Pasta carbonara, baby.
There you go.
What dessert are you serving? A mango panna cotta, chocolate cake, pear tartitatin, tartitatin. I don't know how you say that. Gelato, cheesecake, or tiramisu.
Okay. Sorry. You froze on me a little bit, so it's going to be just me laughing during that time, but I didn't say anything. So,
Perfect.
yeah, I don't really like any of these.
You don't like any of these? I love gelato.
Not really. We'll go with, whatever you're going to get.
Well, I want to go with cheesecake because I love cheesecake.
Okay, you go cheesecake. I like it. I like tiramisu. Okay. I like tiramisu. Okay.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Who did you get?
I got Scar.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you are charismatic and highly intelligent. You sometimes feel neglected or overlooked, which might lead you to lash out. However, you are violent by nature, and all you really want is to be respected and acknowledged. It says, however, and then it says you are violent by nature. That's interesting.
Interesting. I got Ursula.
Oh, that's a really good one.
You have a larger-than-life
sea witch.
personality that is enviable. You are brimming with confidence, and you approach life with exuberance. Sometimes you can be a tiny bit conniving, but you make up for it with your humor and daring fashion sense. I have daring fashion sense. Also, tentacle legs.
Very daring. And she's a great singer.
Would you still be my friend if I had tentacle legs?
Absolutely.
Oh, nice. You wouldn't
think
try to make me
that'd
into
be
calamari or something?
Cool. No, I mean, I'd put it on our Instagram all the time, but...
My tentacle legs? Just laying on the couch
I
with tentacle legs?
Yeah, I feel like people would...
Flapping around.
More people would follow.
I think the problem with tentacle legs is you got to keep them moist. You know, they're supposed to be in water.
It's true. So, yeah, maybe you'd be in the bathtub a lot.
Yeah, I'd have a bathtub in every room of the house.
Yeah.
It'd be like
You
my
could-
sofa.
Yeah, because you could still, like, crawl, but only for a little while, I think.
Yeah, it would be like when those octopus are out of the water and you like watch them crawl across the sand.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Anyways, would you bring a tub with you on stage?
Oh, obviously, yeah. Just let it stand in it.
What would your nickname be if you were a tentacle comedian?
Mike the Octo, Coletta.
Ooh, Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a lot
You got a
of
charity for
information.
today?
Yes, of course. I don't know why I was going to say this is a hot topic. It should always be a topic, but I've become more interested in native land and First Nations people and stuff. And so this charity is called the First Nations Development Institute, and it's just firstnations.org. And that's just helping with Native American rights and development of communities.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you want to say to the listener before you go?
Oh, I love you so much.